Welcome back to the channel. My name's Neil and you tuned into saskryker. Well, today I'm going to be putting on one of the many accessories I got over the winter time, and this is a comfort one. This is the Can-Am OEM floorboards. Now these are the things that I have been looking forward to, and I finally got over the holiday season from my lovely wife. Thank you so much for that present. And what they are, let me just grab them here. You get two of these floorboards, very good quality, and they basically just replace the foot pegs that are on your Ryker. We're going to install these, and along with the floorboards you get bolts with some thread locker installed on them, just so they don't come walking out and your floorboards fall off. So we'll walk you through the installing process, left and the right side. Now the right side is going to be a little bit different just because the brake pedal is involved, and we may have to do some adjustments on that. So follow along, and you'll just see how easy it is to get these Can-Am floorboards onto your Ryker. So here are the foot pegs that come standard in your Ryker. Now you'll notice with the U-fit system, you can simply pull these up and walk these back and forth down this rail system, and then pressure fit them back on down, and then they stay where you want them. So you have a wide range of motion here depending on your length and what your riding comfort is. So the easy way to do this is basically we're going to remove that bolt. This comes off, we'll put the floorboard on, and then use this supplied bolt to put it on. So it's that easy. We're going to do the left side and we're going to do the right side. I'm going to show you both installs because the right side has the brake pedal and there may be some adjustment. Now what I am going to show you is how my foot comes down on that foot peg. So that's how I rest. And when you're riding, you can basically, all you can do is this. I don't do this just because I'm so worried that if I do, my foot gets caught and then it gets twisted back. So on a ride, I kind of just have this little bit of range of motion. With the floorboards, you'll see just how much more range of motion you are going to get. So let's get into installing the floorboards onto the Ryker. Okay, I've got a 6mm wrench, and Can-Am has done another great thing. If you're wondering what the left side and the right side is, it's right down at the bottom here, and it says LH, so that's left-hand side. So basically what we're going to do is undo this bolt right here, and I may have to get another wrench and do this because it is fairly tight in here to get this off. There we go. It's a little bit of a snap. I'm just going to slowly back this out. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get some sort of wrench other than this in there because it's a little tight and I'm not getting the torque I need to. Let me try running this all the way back. It's about as far back as I can go. I did get it loose at one point, so I don't want to round out this hole, and that's my big concern right now. So yeah, give me a second here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get a socket in there and put this out because this isn't doing it right now. Let me get the right tool for the job. Okay, let's see if this works any better. It should. Yeah, there we go. That's it, and it's just taking it off. Got one socket here, socket wrench that doesn't like to behave itself, so yeah, and all you're doing is just taking the bolt out. You're not doing anything else. I've seen some of these floorboards where you're drilling into the pegs and all of this, and you're destroying stuff. I like to hang on to, once this is off, I'm going to hang on to this foot peg and the bolt. Let's get that off of there. Because if I ever sell it on and they want the original pegs and stuff, then they've got them. So there we go, we've got that out. And basically there's that clamp system. So we will now make sure that this piece is back behind like that. Fit your peg in and basically thread your bolt through There we are. Once you get it lined up, it should be fairly easy to do. Let me just have a, sorry for the fat bald head again, and just getting that threaded back in there. And it's just going to take a little finagling, as most things will do here. There we go. There we are. So now we're just going to, where'd it go? There it is. The struggle is real here, people. So now what we're going to do is just tighten this up. And of course, now that I've got the right tool for the job, this will go in here a whole lot easier. And the nice thing is with the BRP, the Can-Am OEM product, you can still use this U-fit system. There are some floorboards that when you actually put them on, you have no range of adjustability. And the nice thing is here, you have all of that still with, of course, the manufacturer's product. And as our buddy Brandon at Sling Mod says, careful not to over tighten because you don't want to strip that out. So now, I'm just going to take that head out. You still have, as you see, this range of motion, and you find the spot, which I think mine, if I'm not mistaken, was right about here, and put it down. And there's your floorboard. All right, so now we're over on the right-hand side, and we're basically going to do the exact same thing we did on the other side. And this is where an adjustment on the brake pedal is going to be required. Probably just because of, I'm kind of anticipating that, but you never know, it may or may not happen. So let's loosen that off, and that will get us And when you are doing this, remember, if you like where your peg is positioned, try to remember where it sat. So there are markings here on the plastic that will indicate, give you a guide so that if you're doing one side and you kind of like it, the other side will also be there as well. So there it is. That's how easy it comes out. And what's my mark here? Again, apologize for the large size melon in the way. All right, so let's get this board in. So again, probably just take a little bit of finagling, and we may have to move. And this is how you get the brake pedal out of the way. You just pull it out and it'll drop down. That way you can get at this. You're going to need this floorboard, a bit of an angle in. And again, just kind of wiggle it around. There it is. It catches. And now we just tighten it back up again. And yes, the struggle is real. I'm kind of playing with this a little bit, so whoops. Let's get going the other way. Or no, I had it right the first time. There we go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And so we're back this way. And we'll just tighten this down till it's nice and tight. And again, they do apply that yellow thread locker on there to help this bolt back out. Now, did I read the instructions from BRP? No, I did not. Is there a torque spec? Probably. Should I have followed it? You would think. But again, too excited about getting this on. And there, that's tight enough for my liking. So again, the board comes down. Let's find the brake pedal. Let's get it where it needs to be. And then we can lock this into place. What am I doing wrong here? What's going on? All right, so back up to the spot there. There we go. Now, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is Yeah, I think that's going to work for my braking. So let's have a look that I'm not overextending or going past the floorboard as to where it sits for my foot. So, yeah, it does feel a little far out. So what I'm going to do is pull that out and move it up. So let's do this, get this pulled out. Again, find a nice spot within this. And again, sorry about the head, trying to work this with the camera as well. So like I said, should I have read the instructions? Absolutely. Did I? No. Okay, so it won't go down there. So let's see. There. What I'm probably going to have to do here to get this pedal up where I want it is probably take the floorboard off of the mount. Because what I'm trying to do here is get this higher than this is going to allow me, because this is about as far as it's going to go. And that just feels like too much of a reach. Let me try that again. But again, I want to make sure this isn't too far forward. Yeah, see, I feel like I'm extending my foot where I should have this up a little bit. So I'm going to adjust that. And hopefully, you know what I'm probably going to have to do? I said I should have probably done this beforehand, was read the instructions, because again, this is a Can-Am product. Like I said, the actual brake pedal comes out and rotates around really good, and then when you find the spot you can push it in. But this is kind of where you've got to find the highest point, push it in, and then the floorboard comes down. So what I may have to do is take the floorboard off again, because where I am is not working, and I can't get, once I lock this like this, this will not come up. So that's my issue. So what I'm going to have to do is take the floorboard off and position that brake pedal, and we'll see if that works. Because again, this may be something that's a trial and error, and I'm glad you're coming along for the ride, figuratively speaking, so that while I'm making the mistakes, if you were going to order these and use them, that you put them on correctly. And again, should I have read the instructions? Yes. By all means, I should have. That's why they make instructions. But again, I was anxious to get these on the bike. As you can tell, I'm anxious trying to get this off, so bear with me. We'll get it going here. Everything's fixable, and like I said, this is all just an investment in time and a little bit of money to make your Ryker how you want it to be. So there. So now I'm going to bring the pedal up to about here. Pull it out and bring it up to about there. Now, oh yeah, that'll work. Well, it barely clears it. That's going to be the thing here, is if this is going to give me the clearance I need to get this bolt back in it. And it doesn't look like it's going to want to do that. Or is it? We shall keep fiddling until, because the higher up this goes towards the bodywork, seems to line up this and this. So I'm trying to get those as tight as possible lined up without screwing up the threads on here. So again, see how this goes. If just kind of fiddling around with this works, or whether I really do have to go back to the instruction book, because this is where I want my pedal to be. Because down there was a little too low, and up here is probably where I want it. So again, let's see if I can get this into where it has to be to line up. No, that's not going to work. It's not going to do that for me. So let's, yeah, see, once I pull that out of the way and then moves this up, and that's my issue right now, is that foot peg, or the brake pedal being where it is. Now I may have to pull the, because this is a U-fit system, I may have to pull this pedal back a little bit to achieve what I need to do. But again, it's all adjustable. So let's just play here for a second. There. Now let's see, it's hitting the front of the, and then pushing down gets me there, and it's back in that same spot. So my issue right now is trying to get this a little higher up. Again, I'm going to try it, see what it looks like. Yeah, it still feels like I'm overextending that brake pedal. It needs to come up. So I'm going to go read the instructions from BRP, and I'll be back to see what I've got to change here to get this where I need it to be. Hang on. Okay, we're back, and what I've seen from the instructions, it's asking for this adjust bolt to be rotated this way. So I think this then allows for the rotation of this up further like that and back into position. So now that it's there, that should, let's tighten it back up again a bit and just have a look. Again, sorry for the head, but this, now there's teeth in there that will line up, so you can adjust that to your liking, and we'll do that later. But right now, I just want to see if I'm not overextending my foot again. Here we go, 14th time's the charm. And oh, there we go, much better. It's higher up, my foot is on the board, and that's comfortable. That's where I want it. I didn't want it so that my foot was really extended, so I'm gonna leave it flat. I'm gonna tighten it up to that point. So thanks for coming along. Like I said, the struggle was real. And again, when you have the instructions, please follow them, because without this little tip, you and I would have been here a whole heck of a lot longer than necessary. So again, thank you for subscribing to saskryker. Thank you to all of my followers. I appreciate your support. And yeah, we'll do a lot more of these as the summer goes along. And there we go. So that's the Can-Am floorboards installed on my Ryker. I'll just wiggle this out. There we go. And the brake pedal is now high enough that I can actually extend it down and actually use it in the way in the manner of which it should be. I will again go around and tighten this up just a little bit, do the other side, just in case during this whole process I've loosened anything up. And like I said, I'm hanging on to the foot peg and the bolts because, again, you never know, there may be a time where I will need these. So until next time, take care.